one of the things that CrossFit did that I think is the most amazing, because it's sort of apart from CrossFit, is it popularized the home gym. And I could not be more of a fan of the home gym. You know, when we first started our CrossFit gym in 2005, like we had to, like you couldn't get gym equipment anywhere. I mean, you can go into Walmart now and buy a kettlebell. If everybody had 2 dumbbells, a little bit heavier than they think, and 1 kettlebell in their house, a little bit heavier than they think, there's 1,000 things you can do with those 3 pieces of equipment. That's like a $100 investment in 3 pieces of equipment. And you can do 1,000 things. Like the kettlebell swing, I think, is one of the greatest movements. Like if you asked me what specific movement, like if anyone listening to this went and bought a kettlebell that's like a little heavier than you think. So like, don't go out and buy a 12-pound kettlebell. Like if you think you are good at a 24-pound kettlebell, buy a 36-pound kettlebell. And if everybody did 100 kettlebell swings 4 times a week, like already major change, 100 kettlebell swings, you know, you can leave your kettlebell in your living room. I mean, we have a kettlebell in our living room because sometimes we lose sight of, our day and we didn't have time to train and, we worked all day and, we're at home at night and it's like, you can do 10 sets of 10 kettlebell swings and that counts. That's awesome. You can squat, you can press with 2 dumbbells, you can deadlift. I actually just made a video on my Instagram recently about 30 different moves, weightlifting moves you can do with just those 2 pieces of equipment, a pair of dumbbells and 1 kettlebell. And so I really think, especially for the folks who are more outdoorsy, I get it. Like, it's not a group of people who wants to join a gym and drive there and go and do all these weightlifting moves with gym people. Like, it's not a vibe for those people. I get it. Most, I'm friends with those people. Like, those are my people. Mm-hmm. But I think if you've got room to store a surfboard or climbing equipment, you've got room to store a couple dumbbells and a kettlebell. And there's a lot of good work you can do. And you can type in, now there's so much free programming online. You can type in 20-minute kettlebell workout. And all you need is 1 kettlebell and it'll give you a little, there's 100 programs you can choose from. You can do some little workouts in your living room or in your garage. So I think to me, that's the place to start for people, because I get it. Like, a lot of people don't relate to gym culture, going to the gym. They're never going to do that. But I think, are starting to appreciate the need to be strong and have muscle mass. We don't need to overcomplicate it. There's a lot of work you can do with a couple simple pieces of equipment.
I have these 2 adjustable dumbbells, which are almost always in my line of sight. I can actually see them right now. Yeah. And they're the best, one of the best investments I've made, which is, I can just go and, fit in like 20 minutes of workout, like almost every day, and not have to commute to a gym, not have to do all of those things. So I think, that's, again, I think it goes back to your core principles of being able to incorporate exercise and movement in our daily life, because if you do that, then we're more likely to keep doing them.
And I think the quick point I'll make there is that, like, I'm like your listeners. Like, I love mountain biking. I love, paddling, being outside, hiking. Like, that's when I have free time, that's what I want to be doing. I don't want to be doing all this other stuff. Like, and I don't have unlimited time. Like, I'm not retired. Like, when I'm retired, unlimited time, whatever. But right now I work a lot. I'm raising 2 kids. I've got a lot of demands on my time. So when I have free time, I want to play. I want to be outside and I want to play. But at the same time, I can't not know that I need to do these other things. And so I think that's why we've worked so hard to figure out how can we fit these things into the other parts of our life, so that we make sure we preserve that time to play, because that's what we love to do.